We want to actually be like the Queer Eye of Kansas City with you guys. Like, give us the Netflix of the four of us. Yeah. I'm excellent at
being awkward.
Yes. Thank you, Joey and Buck, for coming on our Behind the Bar episode. And what are we drinking today?
The last word.
I'm gonna end you. This is like a specialty of mine.
Does the last word have mezcal?
It does.
Please help me, Joey.
I'm no Mezcal.
Who doesn't like Mezcal?
A man after my own heart. Me!
Basic bitches.
Yeah.
Basic bitches. That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
We're so happy to host
Can't wait to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, we're
Cheers.
excited.
Cheers.
Oh wait. You gotta
Gotta
get
knock the spirits out.
This is devoured
Jai.
pizza jai.
It's delicious.
It's really good.
Refreshing.
I care about your
I like
opinions.
it.
You do?
Yeah.
Good. Can you please try the mezcal?
You ready?
You want to hold hands
Ooh,
while
I
you do
can
this?
smell
Do you guys
it.
need to hold hands while you do this?
Not bad, but still not for me.
Oh God, help me. It won't stop.
We have Joey and Buck here today from Ulah, which single-handedly shaped my life as a queer, androgynous lesbian, because up until your shop, there was about, well, Dillard's. I'm just joking, I never went Dillard's. There was like 2 places that I could go into literally and feel like, you know, my fashion was represented. So I'm super glad to have you guys here. So thank you for being here. Yeah.
One of the things that's really important to Ash and I is who we are as human beings, how that flows through our businesses. And so we'd love to hear the genesis story, but also just like how you bring your biggest, fullest versions of yourselves through the business.
Yeah.
Joey and I started dating back in 2015.
2015.
At the time I was working at Hallmark, I was a brand strategist, had kind of worked my way from designer into that more business and creative strategy role.
Yeah.
And I'd kind of always thought in the back of my mind, like, hey, one day I want to start my own thing and just create my own brand. And
Yeah.
then we met and Joey was,
At the time I was at Halls
Yeah.
as a buyer and department manager, and within a year of dating, we kind of talked about, oh, it'd be fun to do our own thing one day with your background in mind. And then Buck started putting it like visually together
Cool.
and like conceptually.
And what did that look like? Like a vision board? Do you have like a notebook?
yeah,
you
I mean,
write
it's
in?
what I did in my role at Hallmark,
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
So I was creating basically like, you know, if you had to put together a pitch deck and really convey your concept to lenders and to the people that own the property where you want to be and the vendors that we want to work with, you know, it's just kind of really spelling out who our customer is, what our strategy is, what our background is, and what need we're trying to fulfill.
So do you guys feel like even like as a partnership, you were both kind of drawn to like the fashion, and did you feel like Kansas City kind of lacked in providing like your styles there?
Yeah, we definitely were intrigued by doing something with our 2 perspectives out in the world in Kansas City, but also just as a boutique. There were no men's boutiques at the time.
Yeah, well, I felt like at the time there were boutiques that had a really specific look, or you had like a
Bad
department.
one for the most part. Like just
Or or you had a bigger department store.
Yeah.
And we kind of felt like retail had trained people, but especially men, to hate shopping.
It's interesting that you say that because I remember seeing your store on Queer Eye and how, you know, what Tan does is gets them comfortable in that space. And it was really clear from the way you had set things up that that was like a part of your vision. That's why probably when they were scouting, they were like, oh, this is a perfect fit for us.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many of my straight friends, even on this block, have said to me, where did you get this? Where did you get that? And I'm like, Ulah, you have changed the sex life of many men in Kansas City. Like their wives are like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because your shop does have like so much personality too. And do you feel like that's a combination of your fashion senses sort of like together? Because there's nothing stale about Ulah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're very different. style different. We kind of work differently.
Our body types are different.
Body types are different. So it's literally both of us. Like
Thank you
style.
for representing androgynous lesbians.
Thank you.
You should hear his playlist. It's all lesbian.
I wanted to hear that power.
I love cat
Please,
power.
let's fall in love.
Well, and I think it's so important to also talk about Luna. So I was so
Yeah.
excited to hear that
Yes.
there was going to be this sister business because I would
Thank
sort
you.
of covet things, right? I might like a cut or a feel, but I was like, oh, I can't wear that. It's too big for me. So I love that there's that lane now for women too, which is so cool. Talk to us a little
For
bit
sure.
about those customers who are now not shopping for their boyfriends' husbands, but are shopping for themselves at
Yeah.
Luna.
Well, from the beginning, when we first opened in 2016, female shoppers that came in were like, when are you gonna do women's? When are you gonna do women's? And we were kind of like, there's a lot of women's boutiques in town. Like we know men's, we're gonna do men's. And it was just kind of like a thing, you know, in the back of our minds, maybe. And then the space 2 doors down from us became available, and we started to realize what is out there is either like super high-end, like designer, or kind of fast fashion. And there wasn't a lot of the brands we had at Ulah we didn't see out there for women's.
How has who you are influenced your success as business owners?
Yeah.
I think it helped us get on Queer Eye for
Yeah.
one, being an LGBT-owned business.
Which was huge.
Yeah.
The more, you know, we've been ourselves, the more successful we've been. And I feel like
I love hearing
the bigger our following on Instagram. And
I love hearing that.
I still have to hear though, like, what is your love story? Like, I need to hear it.
yeah, no,
Okay.
where do we start? We
Well-
knew each other already for a long time.
Yeah, we've known
Friends?
each other for about 10 years at that
I
time.
would say
Oh,
work
wow.
acquaintances.
And then we were seeing each other all the time in the Hallmark Cafe. He approached me in the cafe one day and we were commiserating about our
Exes, as
exes.
you do.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Were you like, let's get lunch sometime? Or
Lunch
is
innocuous.
That's what I said.
yeah, let's get lunch sometime. I just wasn't picking up on the interest.
Sure.
Plus,
Never heard back from him.
plus I thought he was way out of my league anyway.
Oh,
I understand that.
Yeah. So
That's what he said.
you know,
so cute.
months later, I had a new roommate. We went out to a bar together one night, and he's telling me about Tinder. He's like, give me your phone. I'm gonna set you up on Tinder. So he's setting me up and he's showing me how it works. He's going through and he's like, that guy no, that guy no. And then he sees Joey and he's like, that's a good looking guy, and he swipes
Yes.
it.
Like,
I know him.
That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did.
that mofo asked me to lunch, bro.
Dude, I fucking know him.
And he's
And,
like, exactly.
I'm like in panic mode for like, 10, 20 seconds. And then I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Turns out, yeah, we were a match. So when that happened, I start replaying all the conversations we had had, like in the cafe. And I'm like, holy shit. He was asking me out.
That's so
I better make the next move.
Good.
So then I'm like, I'm gonna
love
top
that.
it.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna,
Better
God.
make the next move.
I'm gonna ask him to dinner.
You needed to do that.
Dinner, you raised.
I
You
raised
raised the
the
bar.
ante.
Well, hey, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Because honestly, you guys are,
yeah,
I mean, you guys
adorable.
are stunning together. Speed round, basically the concept is don't even think about it, just roll.
First,
Okay.
first top of mind.
Okay.
Who's your fashion icon?
I mean, like Elton John. Like, I mean, I don't. That doesn't mean I emulate him.
No,
but
right.
Just the
Yes, the whole thing.
sheer.
From
Great answer.
Genesis
Yeah.
on, amazing.
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Yes!
Harry
Mine
Styles
too.
falls in my spectrum of human beings that I could, like, there's like a spectrum, and he's on this end, and I normally date this end, but I'm
My
sorry.
son is
He
kind
and
of
I-
into him right now
if I can
too.
borrow your clothes, I probably want to date you. Like, he and I could share clothes.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Tell us something quirky about the other that others don't know in Buck Starts.
Joey loves to play The Last of Us, like over and over and over.
The video game.
The video game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was
his
his
escape.
song.
I did too. I was like, tell us about this song.
All right, something quirky about Buck.
I mean, Bucks writes music. He writes songs and he's good at it, but he won't share it. much.
It is such
He
a
won't.
sexy compliment
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks. And this is my personal favorite question. I actually ask this question to people.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks. If I showed up on a date and someone was wearing blank shoes, I would leave.
Flip flops.
Toes out, bros.
Crocs.
Oh, these are good answers. Ask Ashley what hers are.
It's not about me. If you could only shop one designer store for the rest of your life and only wear that store's clothing, what would it be?
Alexander McQueen.
Oh, so hot.
Fucking have this bag.
So hot. So hot. The skull bag.
Yeah, it has like a.
I
brass
would never
knuckle.
hold a purse. Just wouldn't work for me.
Yeah.
But you give me one of those brass knuckle purses, I'd be like, love it. What current fashion trend do you fucking hate? Hers are low-rise jeans. In case you-
Obviously. Have you seen this gadunk? My ass just falls straight out of that.
I mean, I'm all for like looser stuff now, and this is loose for me. But like the huge oversized, like the coats with the long, like I don't.
I just said I can't,
Can't handle it.
Take a bag later.
I need to see a body under there.
Homeless.
I think for me,
Person without a house.
the grand millennial
What's that?
What
trend.
is that?
Tell me
Young
more.
girls that look like grandmas.
Yeah,
We need
literally.
a flash
These
there.
are the cottage core
Yeah.
people who are like picking strawberries and like wearing like the big like 80s
Yeah.
glasses.
I have never
look like my
seen
seventh
one.
grade
This
teacher.
is
I mean,
unicorn talk.
I want everyone to be themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just having a hard time with it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Are you an overpacker or a minimalist when we travel?
Minimalist.
I thought so.
Overpacker.
I plan each
I'm gonna
thing.
bring a fucking trunk.
I just,
I bring an outfit
but
and
I'm
two
also a
backups.
bigger person. My shoes are bigger, so it's
I do
and I
think
need
that
multiple.
sometimes.
It's just like shoes, and I
have a
have
whole-
I need more hair product.
I plan it all, and then I have like an extra shirt.
He's just more low
One
maintenance. He's more
extra shirt.
low maintenance when it comes to.
You bring a trunk and okay.
Yeah.
Our very final question, which you're probably familiar with, if you were a drink, what would you be and why? And if you would answer that about each other this round, I think I'm gonna throw that curveball in. If Buck were a drink, what
Buck's
would
the
he be
last
and
word.
why? Why?
He's a complex drink for sure, because he likes layers, flavors, accessories.
I'd probably say maybe a margarita.
Like a fresh
Yeah.
Squeezed.
Yeah, but with a little bit of salt.
salt.
Like a little tahini rim.
It can be a little salty sometimes.
A little tahini rim salty margarita.
tahini rim salty margarita.
That's me.
A little sweet,
Do you
little
think so?
sweet, a little
Is that
sour.
spot on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you guys came.
Thank
to
you
our
all
show.
for being
and
here.
we really enjoyed
we
it.
really love
Cheers.
getting to know
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you for all that you do for
Behind the
Kansas
scenes,
City.
behind the
Gosh,
bar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are essential for sure.